Hello everybody, welcome. Today's video is all about how you can live in alignment with your menstrual cycle. This is actually one of the most powerful things I've ever done for my energy, for my well-being, because most of us grow up believing that we should feel the same every day, be productive every day, and just have like the same kind of energy every day. But we as women, we operate so differently. Men, it's true, they have kind of the same energy every single day because they have a 24-hour cycle, which is in alignment with the sun. But we as women, we are in alignment with the moon, and our cycle is about 28 days. And we have different phases. Our energy is not the same every day. So if we constantly work against our cycle and try to push us to operate on the same energy levels every single day, this is what causes stress. This is what causes sickness in our bodies. This is why we feel sometimes so out of alignment. And the more you learn about your cycle and know in which phase you're in right now, the better you can nourish your body and live in this alignment. And to be honest, since I live like that, also my symptoms during my menstrual phase, during my period, are not that bad anymore. I used to have crazy cramps, pain, and now since I live in alignment with my cycle, this is gone. Like, of course, sometimes I'm a little bit tired, but it's nothing compared to the symptoms how they were before. And this is because I'm not pushing against my natural rhythm anymore. So in this video, you learn all about what you can do in terms of movement, productivity, nutrition in every single phase of your cycle, and how you can really get the most out of it. And this is so empowering because every single phase has its own benefits, and it's really fascinating how our bodies are. This video is also for you if you are a woman but don't have a period, because even if you don't bleed, you still have this cyclical energetic phases that are aligned with the moon. And you can think about your phases as seasons. So let's start with spring. Spring is called the follicular phase, and this is the phase right after your period, right after your bleeding. And in this phase, estrogen and progesterone starts to rise, and with that rising of the hormones, also your energy starts to rise. You will feel fresh motivation, you will feel more optimism, more inspired, and you have so many new ideas. Like, I always have those phases, like after my little downtime during the menstruation. Afterwards, I feel always so inspired. I want to create something. And this is exactly how you should use this phase. In this phase, your brain function goes up. Also, your libido goes up again. And you can really use this phase for starting new things, starting new projects. Maybe you want to learn something new. Maybe you want to bring a new idea into life. So make that vision board, get inspired. And also this time is really good if you want to change things up in your routine. Maybe you want to implement a new habit, then this is the right time to start. Then in terms of movement, in this phase you have more energy and your body is also so much more resilient. So you can do something like strength training, cycling, and also more intense workouts. In terms of your social life, you feel like reconnecting again. So you can start to go out again with friends, to meet friends, to go on a date. This is the right time to start socializing again. And in this phase, nutrition is also super important. Make sure you get lots of iron-rich foods to replenish from the menstruation. Things like lentils, beets, red meat. Also, fermented foods for gut health are really good. Things like kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir yogurt, because a good gut health also supports to balance your hormones more, so it's really important. Make sure you eat really light and fresh meals to support this new energy, this new mental clarity. You don't want to eat too many foods that make you feel sluggish or heavy. So really support with your food also your renewed energy, and you will feel so amazing. After this phase comes the favorite phase of every single woman, which is the ovulation phase, the summer. This phase is around days 11 to 17, and our hormones peak. We have our estrogen spike, and we just feel amazing. Like, we have unlimited energy. It's just the best phase socially, physically, and also emotionally. Our skin is glowing, we feel confident, we feel magnetic, we feel really on top of the world, and we can achieve anything in this phase. We just feel unstoppable. Our body wants to reproduce, we have a high libido. That's also why we look different. Like, our skin is glowing, we are less bloated, we are more toned. It's crazy. Our body literally makes us feel and look better in this phase. Like, nature is crazy. And because you have so much energy, so much mental clarity, this time is perfect for high achieving tasks. Like, it's great for meetings, pitching, public speaking, networking. And it's also a really good time for launching projects, for example. And because you have such a high energy, it's really important to move in this phase. You have so much energy, and sometimes I don't even know where to put all this energy. So I like to work out super hard, that I can put this energy into my workouts and I feel even better afterwards. And at this phase, you can really go hard because our body can handle much more physical stress. So you can do things like HIIT workouts, strength training, and really harder kinds of workouts. And this time is perfect for socializing because you feel so radiant, so magnetic, and you have so much social energy. So meet with your friends, go on a date, go on those events. You can do it all in this phase. Nutrition-wise, it's important to avoid too much sugar, too much processed foods, to avoid a hormone imbalance, because you feel so good right now. And if you put junk food into your body, if you put too much sugar into your body, you will feel it during your menstrual phase. I always say, how you eat during the whole cycle, it will show up 2 weeks later on your menstrual phase, and it's not worth it. So make sure to eat good, healthy food that support your mood, your hormones. It's so important. So eat lots of healthy fats, omega-3, lean protein like eggs, tempeh, to also fuel after your workouts and for your high brain function. After the ovulatory phase comes the luteal phase. The luteal phase is about days 18 to 28, and this is our fall, because our hormones starts to drop again. Progesterone dips if you are not pregnant, and you begin to feel a little bit slower. You want to go more inwards. You don't feel as social anymore. I'm also always super sensitive during this phase. So this is a phase where you don't want to start new, crazy, complicated things. You really want to focus more on your routine and the things you already established before. You also want to celebrate your wins from the other phases before, and really want to focus on more on like back-end tasks. I also like to book my beauty appointments during this phase. For example, when I want to go to the hairdresser, nail salon, things like that, because my energy is a little bit more slowed down, and I want to always use my good phases, my spring and summer, for really achieving my goals and get things done. And now when my energy is dropping a little bit more, I want to do things that don't require lots of energy, where I can lean back and relax a little bit more. When it comes to movements, you really want to allow your body to rest more during this phase. So I always switch to lower intensity workouts like Pilates, or I go for long walks or yoga, and really listen to your body and don't force so many things anymore. I used to always work out so hard, even in my luteal phase, and I was always really pushing against my body in this phase. And since I stopped that, I feel so much better during my menstruation. I have less pain, and I really allow my body to slow down, because my body wants to slow down. And the more I push against that and really work against my cycle, the more horrible I was feeling. And so it's really important to slow down this phase and give your body what he's asking for. You also have a lower desire for socialize. So try to really embrace this fall season and choose more cozy things, like quiet things. Maybe you make a movie night with a friend. Maybe you cook something at home. If you want to socialize, then really only surround yourself with your closest circle, people you really trust and want to have around. And because our hormones drop in this phase, this also makes us so much more sensitive for blood sugar spikes, for cravings and mood swings. That's why it's so important to support our body with the right nutrition. This is not a good time for fasting, for example. It's not a good time to drink your coffee on an empty stomach, because your hormones are so sensitive. And if you drink coffee or matcha on an empty stomach, this will really mess with your hormones. You will feel anxious, you will have high cortisol, and this is not good. So make sure, if you want to have caffeine, to have it after your meals. But also I would highly recommend to reduce your caffeine intake during the fall and winter season. Then it's so important to get enough sleep. Get your 9 hours of sleep during this phase. We are also usually so much more tired, and it's also so hard to wake up in the morning and to go out of bed. And this is because our body really needs more sleep, more rest. So make sure you get those rest. And root veggies are really good. Complex carbs, sweet potatoes, quinoa, lots of soups, herbal teas. Think about warming foods. Like, think about this fall cozy season. You really want to support your digestion with easy digestible meals, warm meals. This is really, really good for you. And then also magnesium rich foods, things like sunflower seeds. And also we're usually craving chocolate during this time. It's because chocolate has magnesium, so eat some dark chocolate because it's much healthier. And yeah, just really listen to your body during this phase. And after this phase comes our menstrual phase, our period, the winter. And this is usually day 1 to 5 on our cycle. And this is where the bleeding starts. The energy is at its lowest. Your hormones drop, you feel tired, you feel super, super emotional, super sensitive. And your body is not only releasing physically, not only releasing the blood, your body is also releasing the emotional buildup. So if you're more sensitive, if you need to cry, then please do this. I always say, every tear is healing. Think about when you cry, that you really release all those emotions that have built up during the whole phase, and now it's really the time to release, to cleanse your body. And it's also so important during this phase to do that, because this is really a cleansing process. So don't judge yourself if you are more emotional. It's just normal, and it's a cleansing from your body. So this is a time to journal, to reflect. And this is also a time where you are really sensitive and intuitive, and you really have access to a deeper wisdom. So if you have any ideas during this phase, write them down, journal about them. I have usually so many downloads during this phase. It's really amazing how connected we are with our body and our wisdom. If you allow yourself to really slow down and rest, you will have access to this wisdom inside of you. So, and don't push and think that it's okay to take this time off. Slow down and rest. This is also productive, trust me. Only because you're resting, it doesn't mean that this is not productive. This is exactly when you do this and allow yourself to rest, you will shine and glow in your other seasons. You will have more energy. But if you push against this slowing down, this inward energy, it will do the opposite. So this is actually the most productive thing you can do in this phase. So honor your needs, rest and recover. If you don't want to move, you don't have to move at all. But if you feel like doing something, you can maybe go on slow walks, do a little bit yoga, stretching. And nutrition-wise, really give yourself more self-love, nourishment, and self-care. It's really important to eat iron-rich foods like red lentils, beets, red meats, also dark chocolate for magnesium, and really comforting meals which are easy to digest, soups, also really blood sugar balancing meals, warm teas, omega-3. And yeah, even if you are a little bit more hungry during this phase, it's also normal. Your body requires also more energy during your menstrual phase, so don't judge yourself and give your body some extra nutrients and vitamins during this phase. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you learned something, and let me please know in the comments if you have any questions, and it would really help me out if you could follow my channel and also leave me a like. Your support really means the world to me. Thank you so much.